and welcome to the Spicy Divorce Party Planner TV show. I'm your host, Spice, and today I have a very special guest, Miss Holiday Branch.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
I'm really excited to have her on here. I met her mom a long time ago. That's a whole other story. But Holiday, I've been watching her like online on YouTube, and I've been watching her on Instagram, and she has a really exciting career. She's a stripper, exotic dancer, and she also has a career. She's breaking stereotypes. I've been watching her content, and it's just really interesting that this young lady, she's done so much. She's graduated from college, she has another career, and she's also a dancer. So Holiday, we have so many questions for you because we've never had a stripper on our show, and we intend to have a lot of strippers on our show because this is a divorce and breakup party. We want to celebrate. And you're beautiful, by the way. I'm like, she's gorgeous. Every time you always look so cute online. So Holiday, is this your real name?
No, it's not. Holiday is actually my dancer name. It's so funny because when I started dancing, it was actually Branch for a short amount of time. And I actually have a story about that, of why I named myself Branch. And my managers fucking hated it. They're like, it sounds like Branch, or we're like, you, like talking to you and everything like that. It doesn't sound sexy at all. And so I had one of the girls come up to me. She's like, look, you need to like give yourself a name that you can relate to, that people like, and it's unique. And so I'm a huge Holly Madison fan. So I was like, oh, I'll pick Holly. And it was just like even worse because if you like were to meet a typical Holly as an exotic dancer, you can imagine like a blonde Russian girl. And I did not like that. So as I was like going to different clubs, I was like, I need to pick a name that nobody has, and it's kind of resembling to the name that I have, which is Holly. So I picked Holiday, and so that sticks with me. Everybody loves my name. All the DJs they play around with my name. They're like, oh, here comes your favorite Holiday. And guys, when I'm doing they're like, oh, you're my favorite Holiday. Or I'll always say like, hey, come take a holiday with me. So it just came out, just even better. So it's just practice.
Yeah, and Holiday, like everyone thinks of like special days, special occasion parties. It's a perfect name. I was like, that's so cute. I honestly thought that was your real name. I was like, wow, that's so cute.
Real last name. A lot of people like it's a very common white last name, and there are exotic dancers who use Holiday as their last name. And I only met one person because I was like on Instagram, like, who has this name? And there's like a couple of people who do have that name, but they're all in Europe. So like it's a name.
Yeah, I love your name. I think it's so cute. Yeah. Now tell us, why did you choose this profession?
It's not that like I chose it. It's like I literally was just curious. I was super curious. Ever since I was like really young, I had terrible like time with like relationships, with dating, like it was just terrible. Like I couldn't speak to guys at all my age. And so one day, not just one day, but literally like as I keep looking into things of like my sexuality, reading porn and reading, watching porn and reading porn stars, autobiographies and trying to find myself. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to a strip club and see what happens. So I just did it. And so it's so funny because it wasn't a necessity. So many girls end up going to the profession because, their rent is due the next week, or like, their mom is sick and they need to take care of them, or like they have to go to school. For me, it was just like I just was curious and I liked it and I did it, and it wasn't my main source of income. I was actually a bartender, so like I would bartend during the day and then I would go to the strip club, change, and then work like 4 or 5 hours. So I would work all day. It was like not a necessity at all.
I know you're always working all the time though. I think that's
I never had time. And so I was just working and I was always with people and interacting, and it's so funny because like I would interact with different types of crowd. And so I was just like, yeah, I was just always working. And so, but then when I started going to school, like taking school a lot more serious, I was like, okay, I can't be working a day job at all. I have to take a leap of faith because the thing is that like dancing is not like a stable like source of income. There's some days where I would make like up to $1,000, and there will be some days where I leave with no money. So I just had to take a leap of faith and be like, you know what, like I already have a year of dancing under my belt. Like senior year is coming up, and I gotta do what I gotta do, and I did it. And so, along with that, you know, came with a lot of attributes. I got my boobs done. I got inspired to get my braces fixed. I'm a lot more confident. I dance super well. So yeah, I'm really happy I did it. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you look so gorgeous, and I always you're really excited, and I love listening to your stories. I was listening to the one about caca face, and I was like, I haven't heard the word caca for so long. And I was like, this girl's talking about caca face. You always have some funny stories, like some unique things going
I
on.
have so many stories from the strip club, and I'm so like that's why like I'm just so like excited to like move all my content like online, because it's just like everybody wants to like see like this is why like it's so exciting, because I get so many questions from so many girls and from so many guys. They're like, what is it like, you know? And I'm here. I did everything, so I might as well share it, you know? Maybe someone can learn a thing or two, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure we can learn a lot from listening to you, because I was like, wow, I never thought about that. I'm like, I never thought about that either at a strip club. So, but yeah, you have some really funny stories and unique stories. I'm like, that's why I'm really looking forward to seeing your show even grow even more. And you got my full support. How sturdy is the pole? People on Facebook, they want to know about that pole. Is it sturdy?
They are sturdy as hell. I'm letting you know. See, here's the thing, like about stripping, is that you're independent contract worker. So like if you fall, you can't sue the club. It's like it's all on you. It's all on risk. And I've heard stories from girls like falling on the pole and everything like that because like they got way too high, they lost their grip and everything like that. They didn't have enough strength, or they didn't move the right time. But I'm letting you know that that pole is super sturdy. Like everybody uses it. Everybody uses it. Everybody uses it. And the floor depends what club you work at. The club that I work is like marble floor. So
Nice.
if you fall, you fall.
You got to
Yeah.
be damaged.
Yeah. I mean, in the beginning when I started dancing, I have fallen. I remember I would have like bruises all over like my sides and stuff. But now that like I've been doing this for 3 years, and I've learned little tricks like, you know, putting clay and, you know, like moving really quick and stuff like that. Like if I fall, it's because like I like, you know, slipped on like my thong on the floor, or like there was too much money and I almost fell on it, which happened. So,
Oh my God. Now, when you say clay, do you mean you put clay at the bottom of your shoes?
no, I put clay like in my hands. It's called dry hands because
Okay.
like you're sweaty like those 6 minutes of
Mm-hmm.
just like you get really sweaty and stuff, and sometimes like that sweat is what's making you like lose your grip, you know?
Okay.
So it's not even strength, it's just a grip. So I have like clay that like makes me stick to the pole like a little spider.
Okay.
So yeah, and it's so funny because there's so many girls that are like, you're so strong. And I'm like, no girl, it's clay. Go use dry hands. Like you're good.
Yeah, I would never know that. That's interesting. Because I'm thinking about taking one of these pole dancing classes. I think it'll be fun. It's exciting. So that's interesting. I would never know that you have to use something like that to fasten yourself. But that makes sense now that you talk about it. Do you have a funny story about somebody falling on the pole? Have you seen anything ridiculous happen on that pole?
um That's a good one. So, oh my God. Let's see. I never seen anyone fall. Oh, I have a good one. So when I was auditioning in my now home club, there's like the stage is really small, right? But there's like a gap between the stage and the patrons. It's
Mm-hmm.
like a immediate gap. So like sometimes the dancers will like get off the stage and will like dance on the tables or like flirt with the guys. So it's like a huge gap. It's like about like 3 or 4 feet from the floor. And so I didn't see that gap because I was auditioning, and I had a couple of guys into my stage, and I was doing tricks. And as they were like coming to sit down, I was like, you know, being all sexy, like, you know, crawling towards them. And next thing you know, I fall from the stage.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I fall from the stage, and like the manager is there, the DJ's there, all the dancers. When there's a new girl coming to audition, I was like, oh, I want to see like who is this potential, you know, like coworker that I'm working with. And I just saw the manager just do this, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna get hired. Like he was all like, so like, do you want to work tonight? And I was like, yeah, sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad that worked out. I was like, I thought that was going to be a crazy ending. Okay, so he didn't even trip then. Even though you fell, he didn't trip, right? I was like,
I tripped.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Can you show us like a simple, sexy move? Is there like something simple to do?
Yeah, I can do some twerking, you know.
Oh, twerking. Okay. Oh, okay. So how do you twerk? Because like I'm 43, so you just shake your behind a little bit, or what do you do? Is it like, or is it one leg, or what are you doing exactly?
A lot, but I just like move this one. Yeah.
Okay, just move your hip to the side a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. One day I'll have to get a little bit more nerve to do it. I'm gonna have to try that with you one of these days.
Yeah, we should twerk. I mean, yeah.
Does your mom ever twerk? Have you ever seen her twerk?
See my mom twerk. I don't think I want to, but my mom has done dancing though. It's so funny because before I think I was in high school. She started taking pole dancing classes with Nicole the Pole, and I didn't know, like, this was like way before like stripping even became like a thing, you know, because I feel like now like stripping is more of like a trend, you know, especially with like Cardi B, like China and Amber Rose. And I remember I was just so judgmental towards that. I was like, why are you doing that? Like, that's just so disrespectful. How, you know, like you know, you're like, we're teenagers. You can't be doing that. And like, here I am, you know.
So things changed, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So your mom does know how to dance then, huh?
My mom does know how to dance. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't think she would ever will, but like, you know, my mom does know how to dance. So like everything, like, it's so funny because like I'm happy that you know my mom, because like me and my mom are like practically the same people. We just have different skin colors.
She's like, we've got different skin colors. Yeah, she's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like her. What move seems to make you the most money?
Definitely climbing the pole, like me being in the pole. I think I'll like send you a snippet of it so like you can add it here on your YouTube channel. But like definitely for me, it's like spinning on the pole, going upside down. I like to do the splits while I'm upside down, and that's the one that like a lot of guys like because like I have a lot of strength.
Oh, so. Cool. Yeah, we definitely would like to see that. Now we have some questions from our viewers. A guy by the name of Thomas Sabal, he's in Colorado. He wanted to know, how long do you intend to strip? And he also wants to know if there's a specific goal.
Well, I'm so happy that you asked that question because yesterday, it was my last day as a dancer. So I am, and I haven't even told anybody. So like, definitely you get the tea on this, and It's definitely, yeah. Yesterday was my last day to dance, and the reason why is because like I already graduated from college. I'm starting, my career, and I definitely want to pursue YouTube and OnlyFans and Instagram. Those are the things that I like, and my ultimate goal was to basically to get by. Like I know it sounds like really there's some girls who do it differently, like they want a house, they want a car and stuff like that. I just wanted to get by. It was just a stone into something bigger. So I just wanted to get my college degree, and that's it. So yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Have you ever had a stalker, like someone that just followed you in the parking lot or started calling you or harassing you or anything like that?
No, I don't have. I never. Okay, I never had like a stalker and where like I felt like I was in danger, but
Okay.
definitely this is a weird guy. Like, oh my god, okay, story time. So
Good for story time, you guys.
story time. So there was this old Jewish guy who would always hang out at my old home club from the morning that it opened at 11 in the morning to all the way till 2 at night.
Oh
All
my
day.
God, that's a long ass time.
Red Bull, and because everybody he was like family because everybody knew him. They would like bring him alcohol. He would like tip the girls. I remember one night, it was such a terrible Sunday, and there was like 10 girls working, and he got his wallet and started giving everybody 20.
Oh, wow.
Everybody, yeah, and we're like, and I was just like, who is this guy? Like I always seen him, but I never spoke to him. And then one day when I came back after getting my breast done, they were like, oh yeah, like he's gone, he's banned from this place. And I'm like,
Oh,
why? Nobody told me why. So he contacted me on Instagram and he's like, hey, Holiday, I miss you. I'm so happy to see the new you. Can we meet for, like, can we meet because I have gifts for you? And I'm like, oh my God, like, okay. So I'm like, I
mhm.
can't meet you, but like, you can bring me gifts. So he will
Yeah.
come and bring me gifts, bring me gifts, bring me gifts, bring me gifts. But then if I wasn't talking to him on Instagram, he would just go ballistic on me and be like, oh my god, like I hope, like I can't believe you're ignoring my text messages. I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe you're doing that and blah blah blah. And at one point, like my boyfriend had to get involved because when he found out that
Oh,
he was like insulting my boyfriend, and I was
yeah.
just like, listen, like I don't know what type of like you're my friend, but like even with like something's wrong with you. And
Yeah.
so I now that he would do that to every girl. That was
Oh,
like the girl. Like he that's why he got banned because
oh yeah,
when
he's a lunatic.
yeah, he was
Hmm.
I feel like he has like Asperger's or something
Hmm.
because you talked to him and he didn't understand like social cues. He didn't understand like idioms. If you're like being sarcastic with him, he will like take offense to it.
Mm.
And so I feel like he was just obsessed with like strippers. And then I
Yeah.
ended up finding out that like he was bugging girls that were within the community, even though they were not my friends.
Mhm.
Because on Instagram, like everybody knows each other. So I would like see like screenshots from other girls, like, oh my god, like he's this guy, look how crazy he is, and I'm like, oh girl, like I would tell the story, like, like he's not gonna do anything to you, but like, yeah, block him. He's fucking annoying. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I've had a weirdo too, and I'm not even in the stripper, but there's some lunatics I was cool with, and then afterwards they start harassing you, cursing at you. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because I mean I never had an issue. I feel like I have put myself in very dangerous situations. Like
Mhm.
for example, like I brought my boyfriend to the strip club on our first date, and that was so dangerous. But like I've never that was like the closest thing. But now that like I feel like I even have more support because like my boyfriend is there, and every photo shoot that I go to, every event, like he's always there with me. So like
Oh,
I mean,
that's nice. So he goes with you all the time. That he goes with you all the time then?
yeah, to like photo shoots and stuff like that. He doesn't come to the club anymore, but when we're early dating, like he would come to the club and see me and like spend a little cash on me, to like hug the crowd and stuff like that. So like, but now like since we're a lot more like I'm more public with him, I feel like I get I like a lot of people like distance themselves. I still get a lot of fanboys,
Uh-huh.
but the way they approach me is like completely different. So.
Well, it's good to have a man for protection. I mean, I believe in being independent, but there's something special about having a man that protects
Yeah,
you, and you know.
yeah, even that, like, that's why I told my dad, like, I told my dad in the beginning, because I was just like, I don't, like, I was 22 years old. I was nowhere near as grown as I am now. And I told him, I was just like, I need you to know, because if anything were to happen, I'll be like, hey dad, I need you to come pick me up. Hey dad,
Yeah,
something happened to me. I need you to,
true.
go, because like anything can, like, how it's not just embarrassing, but like how like sad would how my parents would find out that something happened to me, and that they didn't know like anything about what I was doing, like.
I like that you're transparent and you shared with your parents and that you're safe about it. That's really smart.
Yeah.
I really like that about you. Um, are a lot of dancers on drugs and alcohol?
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. Like, it's so funny because on my first home club, even though it was a nude club, there was
Mhm.
so much alcohol. Like, the girls would go there, and in the dressing room, they'll just put bottles of alcohol there. So
Mhm.
you'll have Tito, tequila, wine, and stuff like that. And there came a point where I was drinking every freaking weekend. Like, I would finish a bottle of Tito's in like 3 days because I
Yeah.
was drinking. It was not because I needed it. It was because like I just wanted to have fun. And then after that, I was just like, I can't be doing this.
Mhm.
Like, I'm waking up the next day hungover, then I have to go to my day job, and I have
Right.
stuff to do. So
Yeah.
when I moved to a different club, I there's no alcohol involved. They check your
Um,
bags. There's still some girls who drink, but they stay sort them. And drugs, it's completely common. Like, there's girls who are doing Adderall, there's girls who are doing cocaine. Cocaine is super big. It's marijuana. There'll be girls who'll be like smoking in their car and stuff like that. Like, I don't like to do that while I'm working, because I'm
mhm.
working,
Yeah.
like, I'm there. Anything can happen. Like I said before, like, anything can happen, and like, I don't want to be under the influence, like. So yeah, like it's just part of.
The world, huh? Yeah, that industry. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It sounds like that would be taking place there. Do you get a lot of clients that are like pastors or politicians, police or teachers?
No, but I do get a lot of professionals.
You do get
I
a lot
do.
of professionals, but not those type then.
Yeah, yeah. I don't never had a pastor, but I've had like teachers. I've had
Okay.
psychologists. I had executives. Like, I had also, like, blue collar workers as well. I think that one of the most interesting guy, my first client that I started when I started dancing, and I had my first guy. He was like an actual like software engineer for
Mhm.
like SpaceX, because my club was like literally right in between SpaceX and Boeing. It was by LAX. So like there was like a lot of like industrial like work spaces. And so people will come to the club, late, or like, during lunchtime. And I remember I was all like, oh my God, like, you're a software engineer, I'm a psychology student, and we bonded over that, and he just took a liking of me. And I remember, like, I made like $200 off from him, and I was like, oh my God,
Wow.
we
Wow.
appreciate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that commonality, huh? Both professionals.
yeah.
Do you get a lot of women customers that come in there?
No, I
No.
only had like a handful. I
Mhm.
had one who were a couple, and they would come every other Saturday for
Okay.
like 2 months in the
Oh,
summer.
okay.
And they were like dressed up as date night, and they took a liking to me,
Mhm.
and especially the girls. So like I would give her lap dances, and I would like talk to her, and like,
Oh.
like, I've been with women before, so
Mhm.
I'm just like, like flirting with her. So
Mhm.
she took a liking to me, and like her husband was all like, she's crazy for you, you know, she likes you a lot. And then I never seen them again. And then I've had like a couple of like same thing like customers, but they're mostly like lesbians. They're very like dominated. Like you could tell like they're guys with tits basically. They're very dominated. And, you know, they were like they were just like guys, you know, so I treated them like guys. But as like but like as if like females, like your typical like square girl,
not that many.
Hard to crack. They're really hard to crack at the strip club. They're really hard to crack. But if I ever interact with them, I give her all my attention and just pass her the baton, and you know.
Yeah, that's what I was curious if you get a lot of women in there. But so yeah, you have some lesbians, you have some some females that are masculine, and then a few just straight regular women, right? Is what you're saying? Okay. Do the strippers ever have like beef or fights up in the strip club?
And me, it's not like, let me tell you something. I don't fight. I call the cops. Okay, I don't.
Like, yeah, you're like, I have too much to risk. Yeah.
Yeah, like how embarrassing would it be that I go to like, you know, like my day job and like with a black eye and having to explain like I have a boyfriend. They're gonna be like, oh, like we need to like no, like it's just so embarrassing, you know. And so I've had beef with girls. In my YouTube video, I have this one girl who was super condescending towards me, and you know, just never really face to face. In my club, I had a girl like there's some girls who are so weird. Like there's like stereotypes exist for a reason, and she was just like a typical stereotype of like a crazy female. She came up to me and she was all like, hey, like I never spoke to the girl. She was like, hey, I'm selling some of my clothes and I thought you would look good on it. And so I was like, yeah. So like that's how like we would talk. Like she started selling me her clothes. And so after that, we never spoke or anything like that. And I remember I was getting the lap dance. And I'm usually like in the booths, like girls put like their money bags. And because I was rushing in the dance special, I was like, hey girl, I'm gonna put your bag here. And so I put it on the floor right next to her. And she's like, why are you grabbing my bag? And I'm like, I need a dance. And she's like, okay, whatever. And so she like throws it. She throws it. So I'm like, whatever. Didn't think much of it. Because it's like the beginning shift. Before I leave, she comes out to me. She's like, so why are you grabbing my bag, Holiday? And I'm like, what? And she's like, why are you grabbing my bag? And this girl is huge. I'm 5 feet. And what are you talking about? And she's like, you were grabbing my bag. You grabbed my bag and you put it on the floor. It's fucking rude. And I'm like, okay, well, I was like, I told you that I needed this. I'm like, I needed the chair. You didn't listen. So I put it right next to you on the. She's like, don't grab my stuff. You're fucking weird and blah, blah, blah. And I was just so in shock because she was like yelling at me in front of everybody. So I literally went to the manager's office. I'm like, I'm letting you know that this happened to me. And he comes up to me again, like she tries to hit me. Like I'm not the type of girl calling the cops. And they'll be like, yeah, do it. Like we support you. A whole month goes in. And I remember I was waiting for a VIP room, and then she passed by and went in front of me. And the VIP already knew that I was already waiting. So he was like, hey, Holiday's going to be next. She didn't listen. She went into the VIP that was already like getting empty. And I literally was like, yo, Mike, like she just stole my room. And he was like, get out. And she was like yelling me in front of everybody.
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Holiday, she's so fucking stupid and blah 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 in front of my customer, and my customer was like, oh my god. And I'm like, ignore her. And then like all of management was all like, you're not gonna mess with Holiday, don't ever speak to her like that again. You do that again, we're gonna get you suspended. And crazy. I never spoken to the girl. I don't talk to her. I never sat with her. Like nothing at all. And it turns out to be that she's done that to a couple girls. They're like, oh yeah, like she's fucking crazy. She does speaking about drugs, like they're like, dude, she's sniffing, like, like all night, and some customers will piss her off, and she sees like a small little girl that's doing better than her, and she gets pissed off. Like,
Yeah, she's probably on crystal. You know how that stuff makes you like psycho. Makes
yeah.
you know. Have you seen people on meth? They act really crazy, like really aggressive. Maybe that's what she is on.
Yeah.
So, is she the girl that you were buying clothes from too?
Yeah, she was the girl that was buying clothes for. Like she was
That's
telling me,
bitch. I'm sorry. That's horrible. Like you're giving her business, and then she turns around and does that to you. That's horrible.
Yeah, and I was just like telling everybody, I'm like, she's fucking crazy. Like in the beginning, she was selling me her clothes, and then there come a point where like she'll be like, "Oh, Holiday, I have an outfit for you. Oh, Holiday, I have this," and I can't say like I'll be like, okay, well, like like I like it, it's cute, like like whatever. It's like $20-$50 for me, like whatever, I don't care, like it's cute. But then like you're gonna go turn around on me like that and think
That's
like,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Bitch, I gave you money. What the fuck are you talking about? Like,
yeah. And then to act like she's gonna like you're taking from her bag, and here you giving her some money. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Giving her money. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Another viewer, Jacob Verdi, from California, he wants to know if you ever, if you consider yourself the best stripper in LA.
Well, am I the best dancer? Yeah, I am. I definitely think I am a best dancer, but
Wow.
yeah, I dance really good. I'm a great entertainer. Like one thing's for sure, I can talk, I can flirt and stuff like that. But yeah, like. Yeah, like like
tell him to go to your YouTube channel then, because he wanted to know. I was like, I thought you were gonna say like no, but that's a lot of confidence, and to say like you're the best dancer, that you must dance really good.
Like in my club, everyone's asking me, like, who's the best dancer here? And I'm like, I'm the best dancer here. Like I can put on a show. I can put on a show. Yeah. So
okay, cool. Then he was gonna definitely have to check out your channel. He also wanted to know, what is the best day to strip?
Oh, Saturdays for me. Okay. For me are Saturdays. Yeah, Saturdays are the best. Like Fridays, it's just like, I don't know. But Saturdays have always been like my go-to.
Okay, cool. And he wants to know, what veteran strippers do you look up to?
Well, she's not a veteran stripper. She's retired now. My homegirl, her name is Nina's 420 Life. She actually was my mentor, because when I started stripping, I was kind of like stuck, because I was just like, okay, like, like I want to strip full time, but I don't know how to do it and stuff like that. So she mentored me, and she mentors a lot of girls too. And she also has a YouTube channel, and she does, premium content as well. Now she's has an online store, and she just recently opened a store, and like exotic wear and like, lingerie and clothing. So like she's done all of that with all her stripper money, and like it's not even stripper money anymore, because she's making content and stuff like that. So I'm like, that's the type of girl that I look for. And I talk to her every day. I was just like, girl, like, like, right, especially right now that like I just retired, like I technically like last year was my last day. She's like, all right, what's your game plan? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do YouTube, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna make these changes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my, I guess you could say, like my role model for a while now.
Yeah, now I want to check her page out as well.
Yeah.
So she's a businesswoman then, and your mother's a businesswoman too. So like, this is probably something that's going to come simple to you then.
Yeah, I'm a true hustler. Okay, like it's so funny because my mom and my dad, they've always had something to sell. Like I'm not lying to you. Like me and my family were the Mexican family that was selling like teddy bears on the side of the streets for Valentine's Day, or flowers for Mother's Day, when there was like UFC fights or like soccer games in downtown LA, or boxing matches. Like me and my sister would be going with our coolers and selling waters, and like,
yeah, that's how you make your money.
Yeah, and like every, like during the winter time and Thanksgiving, like me and my dad, and like we would go to the laundromats before going to school selling tamales and champurrado. Like we were always selling So
like, you're making me hungry. You're making me hungry.
Here I am, selling lap dances, and time and intimacy and stuff like that. So I'm just like, yeah, like it's just that's just me. That I grew up with it.
It's in the family. It seems like in the genes. Yeah. So you mentioned before, like, how much do strippers make a night? So you said it could vary from some nights.
Yeah, there's so many fucking variables that like can affect. There'd be some guys. The whole room can be full with guys, and you could be making no money at all. Like there would be no guys that you could be dancing a full stage and no one would tip. But then there are some nights, like a couple of nights ago, like we had a UFC fight here at Anaheim, and that place like I got there and it was so packed. I made so much stage money.
Cool.
So from like it depends where you work. Like in LA, $1,000 is a good night. While like in Vegas, $1,000 is like the minimum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, for me, even $1,000 is a good night. I was like $1,000. That's a lot to me. I'm like, shoot.
When I started dancing and I made like my first $200. I was like, oh my god, this is so much money.
Yeah.
And now, like as a veteran, I'm just like $200 is nothing. Like
wow.
I'm so used to like getting validation through easy money. It's just like it's like gambling. Once you like reach that high, you just want to keep going and going and going and going and going. And sometimes, depending, like I said before, there's so many variables. The day, the club that you work at, the customers that you attract, the girls that are there. Like that's why I left a couple of clubs because I'm like, I can't. Like I hate to say it, but like I'm the hottest girl here. Like I can't like all these girls are not at my level, so I have to find a club and we're like the girls and I are in the same level. So like we're all like outdoing each other, So there's just so many variables that hit. So.
Yeah, so not all the strippers are beautiful, right? 'Cause I've been to a couple strip clubs. I went to go see what it's like, and so not everyone looks like you. Some look like off the street or something, right? Is what you're saying?
Girl, I'm just like, how are you making money?
There's some guys money, yeah.
Guys, like, I mean, when I started dancing, I looked like a little boy. Like I was super skinny. I was recovering from like my head was like recovering because I was like shaving my head for like 3 years. So I had like a little bob and I was getting so much attention, and now that like I got my boobs done and I got like my braces and my hair is long, there's some days where like I'm just like, oh my god, like the little girl who just turned 18 is making more money than me. So like it all depends. There's just and that's what I like about my club is that like all the girls are beautiful, but like they're all like different. I'm the short Latina with the big booty and the big tits and the hair, and there's like some white Latinas, and there's like like my best friend on the club, like she looks Asian, but she's Hispanic, so she has like a little Japanese eyes, and she gets a lot of attention too, and so it's just there's a lot. So.
Yeah, like the unique looks and stuff. Then okay. Let's see. Do you ever go to male reviews? Have you ever went to a strip club where the males perform?
Males perform like male strip clubs?
Yeah, male strippers.
I never like attended a male strip club ever before. I don't know because I just don't find it like it's never got my attention. I have a male stripper friends who are male performers, but their whole game is like completely different from like orgasmic. But like I mean, I never gone to a male strip club, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. Like if I have a group of homegirls who are like celebrating their bachelor party, I'd be like, all right, we can go.
Okay. So. Okay. I was wondering if you ever went. Oh, okay. I think I mentioned something about this. I said I thought or imagined that most strippers become dancers because they feel like they have no other options. And you touched on that earlier. So how do you feel about that? Do most of the strippers come in there because they feel like they have no other options?
There are some situations that do happen like that, and I
Okay.
feel like that's part of female. I guess like that's a privilege that we have as females, that we can do
Mhm.
that, because like when a guy doesn't do anything, it's not like it's so funny, because like I remember when I met my boyfriend's like, oh man, I wish I could take my shirt off and like get a couple dollars, and I feel like that's a privilege that we have,
Oh,
especially like in this time of area, in this generation, because like female strippers, we couldn't do that. We couldn't do
well.
that. So 50, 60 years ago, like it was taboo, but like there are some situations. I have met a couple of girls. I have brought one of my friends who didn't really have anything. Like she was running down on her last $100. Her oil needed to be changed in her car, and I was like, all right, well, this is the only thing that I know that's gonna get you like for the weekend. Meanwhile, you go look for another job, and yeah,
Wow.
like she did it for like a couple of days, and she's like, all right, like I got what I needed. This is not for me, but thank you for that, and there's some
Yeah.
girls who actually like, what, like I'm just gonna stay here. So there are some situations like that, and I
Okay.
don't think so.
So yours was a kind of unique situation then, because yours was like you just wanted to do it.
Yeah,
You know.
I just want. Yeah, mine was like a unique situation. I mean, it's very unique because a lot of people like, like when I tell them the stories of like, oh yeah, like my mom and my sister know and my dad knows, they're just like, oh my god, like my family knows, but like we don't talk about it,
Mhm.
So yeah, like my situation was completely unique. Like
Okay.
I didn't really need to do it, but I did it. But then when I needed to do it because I wanted to go to school, I didn't have no like transitions. I had no like moral like conflict. It was just a change, as in like this is all up to me, and I need to make the most as I can and make it worth it. Because it's not like going to over there and get paid minimum wage or anything like that. Like no, like I have whatever I make out of it. It all depends on me. So.
Yeah, I've heard a few girls say that they needed money for college. So I guess it's a true story then. I guess people really do join and become strippers because they're trying to pay for like their goals. Like yours was education. There's some is just survival.
Yeah.
Do you feel like some women get exploited in this industry?
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you're like in those vulnerable places and where like you feel like this is your only option, whether
Yeah.
it's financial or like emotional reasons, like there's a lot of girls who get to be exploited here in this industry, like especially here in LA, like in clubs, like it's so famous that guys will go there and like they'll be pimps, but they'll be disguised and they'll be like, oh, like you need to come and join my team and like make some real money and I'll teach you. There's so many pimps that come into our clubs.
Yeah.
I spot them away and they're like say the same script over and over again, like join my team, let's make some real money and I'll show you and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, okay, like I don't even say anything. I just like walk away. So yeah, there's a lot of girls who do get exploited. I've heard there's some girls, especially like for example, like in Portland, it's one of the cities that have the most strip clubs, but they also have a huge human trafficking problem over there.
Okay.
Huge human trafficking problem. Like I've heard girls like get stalked, get almost kidnapped, because they're like on their way to their car from their parking lot. Um, yeah, like it's like I said before, like it depends. It can happen to anybody, So
No, what advice would you have? Because you seem like you're strong and you're able to tell people no like that. What advice would you give to like say like a young girl who's coming in to be a stripper and like people are approaching her like that? Do you have advice for them?
tell somebody.
Uh-huh.
I would you meet it. I mean, I would tell her like talk to your mom or
Okay.
like, but I would tell them like talk to somebody that you can trust and that you can go like and like that you can go and like express your feelings and concerns and that not can only hear you out, but can also like mentor you or give you good advice. Because like you can talk to your friends, but they can be really shitty friends. They'll be like, oh yeah, girl, like just go. Like they'll give you like the most shittiest advice, you know?
Oh, some
Just
friends will pimp you. It'll be a female that pimps you. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, even females. Oh my god, yeah. I like it's so funny because I remember like I was hearing this story here about this couple in Orange County. It was like a doctor and a teacher who they were a couple and they will go like actively look for girls at bars and clubs and will like drug and rape them and then like
oh my god.
yeah. So like yeah, like it yeah, especially it's so yeah, there's just so that's why I tell girls like if you're gonna join this industry you have to have someone that you can trust, someone that's an adult, someone that you can trust and that someone's gonna give you good advice because so much shit's gonna happen. From like girls, you know, confronting you, from like guys making you feel like shit or like you know, you're having like this more dilemma because or you're like self-esteem because like you know, you see the girl with the big ass, you know, making more money than you, like you got a little ass, and now you're thinking about getting a BBL. Like, there's so many things that's gonna happen. Like, you know, like it's you know, you're gonna have roadblocks, so you need to have like a person that's gonna hear you out and give you advice. So.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're speaking to our audience about that because there is a trend right now. There is a lot of young females going into this industry, and I think noticed it too. That some people, sometimes it's a woman who's pimping you or trying to use you, you know, to make some money off of you.
I've heard of stories. It's so funny because same thing. Like I had a friend too who told me about I hate to say it, but like she's like a stereotype. I get like it's not like a stereotype, but it's like it's something that like it just kind of broke my heart because I was like, oh, so like you know like how's your family and everything. She's like, well, I don't have a family. I was adopted, and
Oh.
I was pimped out by my best friend. And
Oh my God.
yeah,
Yeah. That's horrible. But I know there's people like that. I feel bad for some of the young girls that get into this industry.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think you have to really have a tough skin, right, to be smart. And not weak-minded. It sounds like it.
Yeah.
If you ever had a daughter, how would you feel if she wants to follow in your footsteps and strip? Would you have a problem with that?
Dilemma because in the beginning I would be like, you know, I mean, I would be really happy that she would talk to me about it, but I would tell her like my truth and my truth only. And definitely I would give her the pros and the cons, why I joined and why I left. And, you know, she's 18 at that point, you know, but you know, like I just would have to have faith in myself that she's gonna make like the best decision, you know. And I mean, I wouldn't advise anybody because it's just like it's a stepping stone. Like I did it because like, you know, I was curious, you know, but like I don't know, like it's a more dilemma. Like I would feel like I would be there for her for sure for whatever decision that she makes, you know.
Okay, that's understandable. Are strip clubs safe, or do you think they're a scary environment?
Depends what club you go to. Like if you go to like you know, like a representable one like Deja Vu or like Spearmint Rhino, which are like big corporate clubs, then definitely you'll be a lot more safer. But there is a lot of politics involved, you know, because you know there are like the bigger, more fancier, I guess you could say, mainstream strip clubs. So they're always gonna pick like the favorites and you know be really picky with like who they want to like work and stuff like that. But like if you go to like really like big small hole in the walls, like this club that I started at, then yeah, like definitely they can be very scary. A lot of things can.
I bet. Yeah, I bet. I've seen some of them in Phoenix, Arizona. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I see some crazy stuff there. That's why I'm like, I've seen the girls. I always like, are these girls gonna be like beautiful? Some of them weren't, and I'm like, some of the people that are there look crazy looking. So yeah, I've been to the nice ones too. I've been to the nicer ones. I'm like, those look a lot more safer with the upscale ones.
Yeah, the upscale ones. It's so funny because when I brought my boyfriend to my first strip club that I worked at, he looked at the parking lot. He looked at me. He's like, "You work here?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, okay." And like, I have so many friends too who they're like, "I would have never gone to that club if it wasn't for you." But I'm so happy.
I'm so happy I got to go with you, huh? Have you ever had any celebrity guests come to the strip clubs? No?
No, not me, but like, they usually go to urban clubs like Crazy Girls and Deja Vu, and like urban clubs are completely different from like gentlemen's club. I go to like white, like the
Oh, okay.
you know, but definitely like I've seen them with interact with my friends who work at urban clubs like Sam's and Crazy Girls and Deja Vu, and they tell me stories are like, like some of them are nice, some of them are okay, some of them are so rude and entitled. So
Okay, so I do know like a lot of the musicians, like rappers and stuff, they usually frequent the strip clubs. So just none of the ones that you've been at is what you're
yeah,
saying. You have a different clientele. Okay. Um, do you feel like men are cheating on their women by going to strip clubs?
if they're lying, yeah. If they're lying, yeah. There's different types of cheating. There's like emotional cheating. There's like financial cheating, And yeah, like it's so funny because I'll talk to a guy, and like there's a lot of married guys, and so when it's a Saturday or a Friday night, I'll like go up to them and I'll be like, "Oh, so like, did your wife kick you out for the night?" And or like there's some guys who'll be like, "Oh yeah, like my wife knows that I'm here. Like she lets me come, once in a while, Or like I have, some guys who'd be like, "Oh no, like my wife doesn't know," but they tell me like their marital problems, and I'm like, okay, like let's hear it, So yeah, but yeah, like they definitely cheat. Like it can come in different types of cheating, like emotional, like financial cheating, even just lying to them. And
Yeah,
I feel like
you're honest about it.
yeah, and I feel like that hurts more. And I would tell guys like I feel like for me, like as a female, that would hurt me more than the sex, like or like the sexual tension. That
Yeah,
would hurt even more. So yeah.
that's something to think about.
Yeah.
What happens if you gain a lot of weight while you're a stripper?
You can get fired depending on the club that you work at.
Oh,
There's some clubs that they're like they are very strict with the type of girls that they hire. Like for example, like the library here in Westminster, it's so white, and the girls are super super small, like really 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 small. And so their clubs do have the right to fire you and not tell you why. And they can
wow.
tell you in a way. It can hurt your clientele as well. Like I know there's a dancer who, when she started, she was thick, but now she's just like
Gigantic.
and she knows it, and everybody and the guys can tell. They're like, oh man, like that's the thing that like hurts me the most. Like when I'm talking to guys and we're seeing a girl dancing on stage, and they're like, oh man, she gained a lot of weight, and I'm like,
Oh, they're so mean.
it's my coworker.
Oh my.
So and definitely like I mean, but there's some girls, there's some guys who love it. There's some
Yeah.
guys who really don't care. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So you get mixed responses then.
Yeah.
Would you ever be in porn, or is that where you draw the line?
Oh, that's where like I draw the line completely. I feel like like if you think there's a lot of exploitation in stripping, there's so much exploitation in porn. So
Okay.
much. It's
Okay.
ridiculous. It's
Okay.
awful.
Okay. All right. Do you think most guys go to strip clubs because their woman is not giving them what they want?
There are some cases that that is like that's the truth. Like
Mhm.
I said before, like a couple of questions ago, like I have guys would be like complaining about like their wives or their girlfriends. They're like, oh, she's not as sexy anymore, or she's not giving me the sexual attention, or she's not open to like a threesome or something like that, or like she's not giving me attention. And so me, like, I will be like, I'm very empathetic. So I'm just like, well, you need to talk to her. You need to like like maybe she's like, not feeling about herself or her body, maybe go work out. Like I'm there to like make them feel better, but yeah, like there's some cases that that is the truth. But there's just like guys just want to go there just to see booty and tits, like.
Okay. What is your favorite song to perform to?
I don't have a particular song, but I love house music.
Okay.
I love house music, like some like really nice like Chicago house music, especially on Saturday nights because my Saturday nights are like in my club, they're completely full. So like I have like the lights on and I'm all sexy and I like do my little like my spins and my splits and I'm upside down and so like yeah. So I love yeah.
Cool. I would never think that people dance like strip to house music, but that's interesting. You have a different type of environment for your dances. It sounds like it. I was like, I didn't think people, yeah, would be listening to house music, but that's cool. How would you feel if a guy you had a child with, he hasn't bought your child like diapers or bought your baby any clothes or formula or anything like that, but yet you find a receipt in his wallet for $600 at a strip club?
That would be terrible. That's not I feel like that's like an addiction at that point. I'll be concerned because that's like more of an addiction. It's funny because I've had a couple of guys who told me like, I love coming over here because like I feel like it's addicting, like, to like get this attention. And so at that point I would be like, he's addicted or he's trying to like or he's getting finessed by a girl. Like, like
Are you trying to what?
he's addicted to the attention or like he's looking for instant gratification or like some girl is like truly finessing him. Like there's some girls who like literally they'll be like, oh, like the guy will fall in love with a girl and they'll be like, oh, well, like I need you to come to the club. I need you to come to the club. So like just to get that girl's attention, like they would have, yeah. So that would bring, yeah, because like I'm a dancer. So I'll be like, either he's addicted or like some girl is like trying to take him away from me. So yeah.
He's trying to get some girls. Is that what you're saying? Like he's trying to buy her? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you get over bad relationships?
For me, in my opinion, the best way to get out of a bad is to do everything that your partner didn't want it to do with you or didn't want you to do. So like for me, it's just like like for me, it's just like, oh, be sexy, go be flirty, So like I always tell girls, like if your boyfriend didn't want you to wear that dress because it was too sexy, go wear it, bitch. Like, like if your boyfriend didn't want you to hang out with his friend, go hang out with them, Like that's the things that like I like. So.
Okay. That makes sense. What would be your ideal breakup party?
Breakup party for me, well, for a guy, of course, is to go to the strip club, But like for a girl, I think for a breakup party would be like, going out, like be with a couple of guys and stuff like that. Or it all depends. For me, if I were to have a breakup party, like I don't think I ever want to. But I think for me, it would just be like going out, do things that I like. I love house music. I love to party, and I'm a hot girl, so I would just be surrounded by that. So
okay, we'll make sure to have you some house music if things ever go bad. But we're not gonna jinx your relationship because by watching your videos, I see your boyfriend. He's really really nice. So hi over there. I'm just saying, like we're just asking for the show. That's all. I'm not trying to throw your relationship a curve or anything like that. At what age do you think strippers should hang up the heels and stop dancing?
I can't really make an opinion on that because everyone's in their own different timeline. You get me? I'm 26 years old. Like, for me, I'm like, oh man, I'm old, but like there's some women who they retire and then they come back, they're in their 40s. If you look at them. Yeah, there's a lot of strippers who like they were like strippers in their 20s, they got married, had kids, and then they're like and then they get divorced and they're like, you know what, I'm going to do things that I like, what I like, what I feel comfortable, and they'll go back to the club, because like, and they're in their 40s and they're beautiful, like you can't even tell, and those are the type of women that like really will finesse like a man out of his wallet. You get me? Because
they know what men want, huh?
and they have nothing to lose,
Yeah.
but everybody's in their own different timeline. For me right now, even though I'm 26, it's just like for me and my personal experience, it's because I want something more. Like I want something a lot more different. I want like a new challenge, and that no longer like is bringing me a challenge, and it's no longer like bringing me fulfillment. So like for me, that was my my enlightenment, and we're like, okay, I need to hang up the heels and like pursue things that I want to do, that I like, and that brings me joy.
Okay, so it's each individual their own personal decision then. Okay.
Yeah.
If you weren't a stripper, what would be your dream career?
Well, well, for right now, like I would love right now to be like a business owner. I would love to like open my own practice, like, and I'm like, doing psychology and stuff like that. And so like I would love to like open my own practice and have like my set of clientels. And definitely I feel like I would bring a lot of like positive, like I would do a positive impact, especially for females, because I guess you could say I have exposed myself in a lot of different areas. So yeah, like for me right now, like if I wasn't stripping, I think I would definitely would still be bartending for sure. But for me right now, like what I really, 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 really want to do is like I want to be like a professional. Like I want to have my own practice.
Okay. Do you mean as a psychologist?
Yeah.
Or do you mean like a business owner, like a clothing store owner?
No, like a psychologist, like have my own practice. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you'd be an awesome one because you're so young, and then you're like open to the things that like my generation or whatever would be, we're probably like opposed to,
Yeah.
So it could relate to you and they feel open to talk to you about probably anything. So, because you're so transparent. Would you be upset if your boyfriend was grinding up on another woman? Like if he was a stripper?
Stripper? Well, okay. If he was a stripper, I couldn't be upset,
Okay.
But like, if I didn't know, like, if he went to go to the strip club without telling me, I would definitely be feeling some type of way. It's like, why are you telling me? Like, But but if we were at a club, like if he was a male dancer, I couldn't be upset with him because like that's part of his job. Like that's something that I knew. But like if he went behind my back and like went to the strip club and got a dance from another girl, I would be really like, I would definitely like feel kind of hurt. Just tell me that you're gonna go see some hoes, maybe I'll go with you. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I like how you sound like a regular girl. Like that's, because I thought like most strippers be like, oh, he could do whatever he wants, but you still have emotions too. You still feel like, yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny because like I have feelings too, and I'm very like empathetic towards situations, So like I'm just like, but yeah.
Still a woman at the end of the day. Would you be upset? Well, I'm sorry, I skipped a question. Are you sober and drug free when you perform? Are you always? Yes. Okay.
The first year I wasn't. I was drinking every weekend, and I regret. Like it's just like I perform so much more different than when I'm sober. When I'm sober, I'm literally like on the go. Okay. I'm not in the locker room. I'm not socializing with anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm just like hopping from like got it. And then if I start to panic, I'll be like, all right, I need to like meditate and stuff. Like it's just so much more easier to recover. While like when I was drinking, I was socializing with girls. Just being a drunk girl. Like just socializing. I would like, be at the like, at the locker room, just drinking, mixing my drinks. And then when I'll talk to guys feel, especially when you're working at nude clubs, they're just like, you're drunk and I'm not. Like this is not fun. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I would think that the dudes would be drunk there too, but that's not always the case.
No, that's not always the case. I mean, if you go to like a topless bar, like the library, that's why I don't work in topless bars because like I have to drink because everybody's drunk.
Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes I feel like alcohol is the main competitor rather than the girls because guys are like, oh, I'm here to get a drink, and like, you know, shots at like strip clubs are really really cheap. They're really cheap. It's more cheaper than like a regular bar. So it's just like you can go to a bar when they can go to a strip club and like get a cheap drink and like talk to a beautiful girl at the same time.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so sometimes you wouldn't make as much money because they're buying drinks. That's what you're saying.
yeah. And
Okay.
so yeah, we'll be buying drinks and and it's just like and then I would have to be drinking. It's just like I can't do this, so
Okay. That's interesting. Now I know that. I didn't know that's something that you guys have to compete with.
yeah.
What is your favorite strip club in Los Angeles?
My favorite strip club, I mean, to like like to strip, it would be California Girls at Anaheim. But to like actually like go hang out and stuff like that, I like the library a lot. I love the library. It's a terrible place for me to work at. I don't It's so hostile there, but like to eat and be a customer, the library for sure.
Okay. Now, you said you don't do topless bars. So what were you fully nude then or were you just topless?
It's just topless. That's it.
Okay.
Just topless. That's it.
That's all you've ever done then. Is that
Yeah, no, I usually work. I do nude clubs for sure.
Oh,
I love nude clubs because I feel like it's so much more easier to style dances because the only thing that is there is just girls. But like if you go to a topless bar, there will be food and alcohol and and there's like limits, like it's a whole different environment because like a nude club is more like loungy, it's more like intimate, while like a topless bar is just like a party. It's just a
wow.
party.
Right? Okay.
On Saturdays, Fridays and Saturdays, like the girls have bottle service and they have the lights and the fireworks and the shows, and it's just like I can't even like concentrate and like talking to this guy and trying to like finesse him, out of his fucking wallet. It's just too much. So,
But
yeah.
she's like, you're messing up my hustling game.
Yeah.
Do strippers only date men with a lot of money? Because they're so used to getting money. Do they only date men that have money? Is that
The good strippers, they all have they date guys with good money because like it's so hard. It's so hard because like you're just so used to like making money and the girls who are making money, like they have a high possibility to like be really good looking. So it's just like you kind of have to like mix your match, and it's the same thing with like my boyfriend. Like my boyfriend, like he does pretty well. So like, and like that's why I was just like, what, like why would I be with a person who, and sometimes like when a person who makes a lot of money, they have a great work ethic and they always want more. So typically like a dancer who, is very focused, they will want to team up with them because they're like, well, not only do they have good money, but they have good work ethic, and they'll understand why I'm working, Saturday nights, or why I'm doing this, or why I'm working an extra shift. So
yeah, that makes sense because I think most women they want someone who could provide for them. So I think that
yeah, and I mean it's not just like a stripper thing, like that's just the female thing, like. Like for me, like that's why I went to college and I got my braces and my boobs done because like I want to like attract the best guy out there, who can provide. Like that's what guys do, they provide. But times have changed, like, feminism, and now we have more independencies, and women are, becoming career women and going to schools and starting businesses and stuff like that. So like, but still, like in the end of the day, when you're with a man and you get pregnant, who's gonna take care of you?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone who is in a bad relationship right now or is coming out of a bad relationship that you want to recommend or suggest that they be in our show and get a makeover?
Oh my, I don't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any friends.
Oh, she's like, I don't have no friends.
No, I don't.
Mhm.
But if I can find, but if I do find someone, I would definitely send them your way for sure.
Okay, thank you. Do you have any words for any exes, like something that you have on your chest or you wish you would have told them?
My exes, it's like all I can say is okay. All I can say is you missed out. You missed out. You missed out. Like it's so funny because like I always think about it. Like I'm just like, man, I wonder how they're doing and stuff like that. And it's so funny because I posted on my Instagram. I was like, I wonder what y'all think of me, and they're like, we missed out, or like, oh yeah, like. And it's so funny because on my Instagram, when I started doing like OnlyFans and I started like doing my YouTube channel, I had a lot of ex boyfriends who like were like contacting me. They're like,
Hell
man,
yeah!
you've grown up so beautiful. Oh
Wow.
my God, I'm so happy for you. And I'm just like, okay, like that's cool and all, but like, when are you coming to the strip club and like spend a bag on me? Because
She's like,
I
I'm
don't
all about my money. She's like,
like, you owe me. You owe me for your for my time. You owe me for like the emotional labor, everything. Like you owe me. So they're like, I'm like, so when are you gonna come over and like spend a bag on me? Because
it's just about business. You're like, I just want my money.
this
Okay,
is just for now on. Like I can't give you my attention. So
gotcha. Where can we learn more about you? Or I was gonna say book you, but you're no longer bookable then, right? But you might be bookable for like a.
I mean, they can still. I can still get booked. Like like if they want to see me like at a strip club, like just let me know. We can work out the details and stuff like that. But definitely, like I'm still bookable. I could still do private shows,
Okay.
bachelors and stuff like that. Definitely, you can find me on my Instagram. My Instagram name is I am Holiday Branch. It's all in one word. And also, I have a YouTube channel, which is I am Holiday Branch as well. So.
Okay. Thank you so much, Holiday. I mean, it was a really great interview. You're so nice and you're so beautiful, and then your family's so nice, and your boyfriend too. And you have a really interesting topic. And I like how you're just transparent, like we've been talking about. Like you're just so honest, and you're still like a woman. You don't put up this facade like I don't care if my boyfriend does this and that. Like you're just really honest.
Yeah. No, he cares. He cares just as much as I care. So
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you so much. And I really appreciate you being on our show. And I look forward to seeing your show from now on. I'm like, I got to check this girl out. She always has a funny story.
All
Thank
right. Well,
you.
thank you so much for having me. So happy.
All right. Uh, Thank you again.